Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Talking Nerdy. Oh. So, Moon Knight wrapped up. I just finished that actually tonight. So
about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, so it's still pretty fresh. But yeah, no, I was I liked the show. It did lose me in some parts, and it kind of felt episode 4 where they first go to the asylum felt weird. I think it made sense to me in the 6th episode, the finale, the asylum, and then in the episode 5 with the hippo, that whole thing was weird on the ship sailing in the sand. But then I think they also wrapped that one up nicely too in the 6th episode. But yeah, no, you get to see a lot of stuff, a lot of teasers for season 2.
There's season 2?
No, not yet. Oscar Isaac is the executive producer on the show as well. And he wanted to, so he only signed a 1-year contract with Disney. And he did that because he didn't want to be put on a schedule by Disney.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So he did it this way to give himself freedom. He can stop doing Moon Knight and go work on a different project and come back to it. So it will be some time before there's a season 2.
But that's okay. But
with him being the executive producer, you can pretty much guarantee there will be a season 2. Yeah, so I mean, in it, I don't know, where did it start out at, I guess, in the
when he got shot.
That's right, yeah. So he's shot, he's dead. You got to see Steven die because he got off the ship and just turned into sand. And that was, I texted you because I was like, oh, they kind of took a page out of Game of Thrones in the sense that this character you have been following this whole season just died, like Ned Stark with his head on a pike. But well, I won't get into that yet, but so it starts off, Mark's body's dead. His girlfriend or wife, actually, she's in the tomb with him. Layla, that's it, Layla. Arthur Harrow, he knows that Khonshu's done. He doesn't have to deal with Khonshu or Mark or anybody, and so he's now gonna release Ammit. He's just got to go to her tomb.
Got to go to her tomb and with all the other gods because it's all the powers there.
Yeah, so he gets there, uses the staff to unlock the pyramid, and it's like right then and there all the other gods can sense it, and they're like, oh, somebody's trying to get Ammit out.
Oh, we didn't know this.
Yeah, right, that's weird. Khonshu tried to warn us about this.
The dumbest thing about the show right there.
Yep.
The dumbest thing.
Because their first thought wasn't, oh, we should go break that little stone thing and release Khonshu to help us take down Ammit.
Nope.
It's just, we'll keep our avatars here. The gods themselves weren't even present, clearly, because it showed Khonshu in that room fighting,
Yep.
So just the avatars were there, and Ammit gets released. Or no, before that, Arthur uses the staff to wipe out all the avatars.
Yep.
So they confront him, say, no, we're not going to let you release Ammit. Boom, staff, purple stuff, and all the avatars for the gods.
Yeah, so which made me think that the gods weren't really concerned.
Sure. With like the fate of the world.
Yeah, they didn't really care. In my opinion, and that's what I saw, is like they really weren't scared. They really didn't care.
Sure. They continue to exist.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have mattered.
No. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
So they weren't. Maybe there's more powerful ideas out there than just Ammit just ruling the world.
I mean, you'd still end up with about half the planet.
Yep, more than that probably.
Probably more than that. Yeah,
99%.
Only the bad souls go.
Yep.
So Ammit gets released, and right away, Layla, she ditches Mark's body. She's like, he's not coming back. Sheds a tear. She ends up following Arthur to this pyramid, and she runs up to Khonshu's stone thing, breaks it. Khonshu's
such a pyramid scheme,
Ponzi scheme. Yeah. So then there's this kind of an epic battle between the two gods.
Yeah, finally.
I know that was actually pretty cool. You get to see Khonshu fight Ammit, and as like souls are being depleted,
so my question on that part was, as souls were getting sucked in, Ammit kept growing.
Yeah.
How did Khonshu grow?
Tiff said the same thing.
Oh, he got bigger too now. Oh, like,
because Amit gets massive, like bigger than the pyramids.
Yeah.
And the next scene, well, so you saw, because already like inside the temple, Amit was bigger than Khonshu.
Yeah.
Right. And so you get to see the kind of scale, and then Amit gets massively bigger, and then literally the next scene, Khonshu just peeks around the pyramid and is like, "Oh, hey, I'm here to battle you. I'm the same size as you now."
I mean, I understand if they were sucking all the souls out of everyone or whatever they were,
Getting
the judgment, both of them, but they don't show any going to Khonshu.
No.
They all show them go to Amit.
Simultaneously, though, Steven and Mark do reconcile, and then they do open up the gates in where they're at in Limbo, and they do enter back into Mark's body. So I don't know if him being his avatar gave him the energy to... I'm grasping at straws here, that's for sure.
Just don't.
Yeah. But so you get to see them battle, and the whole deal is before this battle goes down, Mark and Steven do make Khonshu agree that if they do this, help Khonshu defeat Amit and entomb Amit back into like a vessel, something fragile, that Khonshu will let them go after this. And Khonshu agrees. He says, Steven and Mark, you will be free.
Yep.
That's a big key right there.
Yes, it is. That was their terms.
That was their terms. And so they agree. They're battling. Somehow, Arthur is more powerful than he's ever been, right? Because he is taking on...
some old man just like dominating two like assassins.
Yeah, throwing Mark through brick walls and just...
Never saw that. Never thought that was possible.
No, he can take all the hits. You know, they're throwing daggers. They're using their powers. And he's just like, oh, my staff will protect me. So that part was... It was kind of... I just wish they would have explained how he just all of a sudden got all those powers.
Or he always... Oh, maybe he always had them.
Maybe he's always had them. He never fought anybody this whole season.
That's true.
So maybe he really
But he always had his goons with him, too.
Yeah, and if he was that powerful, he wouldn't have needed goons. So they battle while that's taking place, and kind of before all that took place, Layla does make a deal when she doesn't realize Mark's coming back with the hippo of the Limbo area.
Telawat? He's still burping, huh?
Still, we did the Sprite challenge. You'll have to check that out. See who won, see who failed. Maybe we both won. Maybe we both failed. You'll have to check
It's one of those answers, I promise.
You're looking at me? Taweret.
Taweret. Taweret.
Can you use that in a sentence?
Taweret.
Yeah, so she makes a deal with Taweret that she'll become her avatar. Taweret is a kind of just a goofy, whimsical. Yeah, there you go. Whimsical. Must be a type of god, but she's like the goddess of making sure when you die, your soul goes to where it needs to go, whether it's up or down. And so she becomes the avatar for this person. With that, she gets her own suit. She gets wings. She becomes a BA. Instantly. So now Mark and Steven are fighting Arthur. And Layla is helping as Tawet's whatever's avatar. And while they're battling, I just love the scale shots. You see them battling, and in the background, towering over pyramids and buildings, you see Amit and Khonshu battling. They're just kind of fighting in slow motion, big gods, and you've got everybody just running around on the ground. Ultimately, obviously they win. Against our wait.
Biggest part of the whole show right here.
Yeah, and this is where I knew something was up. You probably did too, right? So it looks like he's going to get defeated. All of a sudden, and then done. Everybody's dead except for Arthur. He's kind of half alive. And Mark's like, "Was that you, Steven?" Because whenever you saw that, that meant somebody is losing control of the body. Another soul is taking, personality's taken over. And Steven's like, no, that wasn't me either. Now you've got, it's like, hey, hold up. Somebody caused that. And earlier in the episode, there was a little foreshadowing. Arthur, when they were, where were they? They were in the temple. Actually, I think it happened in episode 5. But he was talking to Mark, and he was like, come on out, Mark, or Steven, or whoever the hell else is in there. And
I didn't catch that.
right, and so that was like a little foreshadowing. So this happens, he comes to, and the battle's been won, and Layla's like, what did you do? Like, I've never seen this side of you. You just like a powerful assassin, essentially.
Yeah, because Mark obviously was a really good assassin.
Yep.
So this guy must be just
Top level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So nothing gets explained yet. But what they do is Layla lets them know we need to get Amit's soul, or whatever she is, a god, trapped into Arthur's body. So they take Arthur, he's kind of half dead, throw him on the table inside of that temple that is Amit's tomb, I think. And so they chant, they do their thing, get Amit.
Good old chant.
Good old chant. You can see more purple energy flow through the god stones, and they do get her trapped inside Arthur's body. Khonshu's like, kill him, it's the only way. He decides not to. He wants to be better than that.
Yep.
But he wants Khonshu to honor the agreement, and Khonshu does. Now this will be the part where I think I understand what we saw next. So Khonshu is like, just kill him, it'll be done. It's the only way to make sure Amit's never going to kill again. And he's like, no, honor the agreement. Me and Steven are done. Khonshu does. He blacks out, and they both wake up in the asylum that you see in episode 4, I think it is, and 5, where Arthur is the psychiatrist, talking to him, telling Mark that he's crazy. But this time it's Mark and Steven simultaneously coming in and out, talking to Arthur, or Harrow, whatever the doctor's name is. And but this time they're a little more confident when they're talking to the doctor, right? And this is where I think I understand what this place is.
Okay.
So I think that every time he's gone to this asylum, it's a place for Arthur and Steven to both kind of rationalize what may be going on with them.
Okay.
Right? Or maybe Steven created it to rationalize what's going on, because it's like not an alternate reality, but it's a fake reality that they can kind of gather their thoughts and make sense of things.
I got that from episode 5 and stuff.
Yeah, right. And then this time them entering it's a little bit different, because they just won this battle. They know they're not crazy. They've come to terms with each other, and they've balanced their scales,
Yep. That's what they said. On the sands of DeWitt.
And so where I was like, okay, I get it, is when they're talking to the doctor, Arthur, and they're like, do you believe in Khonshu and Amit? And he's like, no. And he's like, and if you do, then we have more work to continue here. I need to continue treating you. And he's like, and Mark's like, or maybe Steven is like, well, what if we believe that Arthur or Amit and Khonshu exist? And he's like, and what if I tell you that we don't agree with you? He's starting to get confident. He knows that he's not crazy. He's starting to tell this psychiatrist that, this isn't made up. So the doctor walks away from him, leaving bloody footprints.
Yep. Saw that.
Yeah, right. And I think that's like Mark and Steven know how they left Arthur's body, like a bloody mess. He's kind of half alive. And so to see those bloody footsteps just kind of reassures them, no, we're not crazy. This is a fake reality. And I think when they seen that, that's when he was just like, all right, time to wake up. And they just lean back, wake up back into their bed.
And then try to run away.
And try to run away. I called that, though. As soon as he got up, I was like, oh, he's going to forget the anklets there. Yeah.
I was thinking, yes, all that is perfect. Yes. I was thinking that maybe when they are in this asylum, maybe Arthur has another personality as well. And maybe when they're in this asylum, their other personality comes out.
Like a kind of like a meeting place for like astro projections.
So like they all have, let's say there's 3, you have Mark, Steven, and this other person. Maybe 2 of them are always in there. Or one of them's always in there, and they go back and forth, but they can see each other.
Oh, yeah. No, okay. I could
maybe
agree
the
with
third
that.
one's been in there the whole time.
Yeah.
And he's finally been released.
Gotcha. Like a holding place while somebody's
because they opened all the doors of their past, and he was in there the whole time.
I agree.
Just thinking, maybe. I'm just thinking maybe they released him by going to their subconscious and stuff like that.
Could be. Well, I think this guy's been out before. Because
maybe.
You saw the post-credit scene?
I didn't.
You didn't see the post-credit scene?
No, was I supposed to?
Oh, I can't even talk about this.
Talk about it.
No. Hold on. We're going to cut the video. Do you have Disney on your phone?
Yeah, I got Disney on my phone.
All right. It's like just literally like a minute long.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. All right. We'll be right back. And we're back.
Oh, we watched it.
We watched the post-credit scene. Yeah.
That's the first time.
So, I don't know exactly where I left off on that, but...
So I said that maybe he's just been released, and you said no, he hasn't been released. I think he's been out before, and by saying how much Khonshu loves him, I would agree with that. He's been out before. He's the main reason Khonshu wants him.
Yep, 100%. All right, so that's where we were. So, so Khonshu has honored the agreement. Mark and Steven are free. And what we end up finding out through the post-credit scene that we just watched is it shows Arthur in a true asylum or mental hospital. He's all drugged up in a wheelchair, and life's all good. And then all of a sudden, a man comes up and starts to wheel him out, and they're just like, "Oh, hold up!" And he's like, "I've got it." As he's wheeling Arthur down the hallway to leave the hospital, camera kind of pans. You see a medical professional dead with blood, and so it's like, oh, you can't help but think maybe one of his goons is coming to break him out. You don't really know what's going on. You can't see the guy's face, but he gets wheeled out to a limo, and once he's thrown in there, you see Arthur have a conversation with Khonshu. Khonshu's in this limo, and Khonshu explains that Mark and Steven are set free. But they're not free completely. The body does have a third personality in it. Khonshu playing games. Jake Lockwood or
Lockley.
Lockley? Yeah, Jake Lockley is the third personality. And so Mark and Steven didn't want to kill Arthur. They wanted to be better than that. So Khonshu taps on the window, asks Jake to take care of it, and you see the driver's head turn around. It's none other than Mark's body with Jake Lockley in it, and he says, "You end today," or something like that, and pow pow.
Yeah. So he had no issue with that. So that's gonna be a good second season. As they're trying to understand this guy now.
Oh yeah, right. Because now they have to. I'm sure they're gonna figure out who Jake is. And then they're going to be super pissed
his life
still working for Khonshu.
Yep, and his life, and then they'll try to get out of it again. Yeah. And then his life and how they all interact. Oh, it's going to be good. I think it's good. Yeah. I think it's good to focus on this side of it a little bit. It's a different hero than we've seen.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of going to bring it back full circle, back to like the beginning of the season where Steven is fighting Mark or vice versa. Now it's those two fighting Jake internally.
Trying to just see him.
I wonder if Jake's married as well.
I know. That's going to be cool to see his life. Because, that was a nice car.
So right.
He's loaded.
Obviously. But the license plate had Spectre. Mark Spector's last name on it, which is weird. I know in the comics that limo is Mark Spector's limo because Mark is wealthy in the comics. I don't have any idea who this Jake guy is. But he's Spanish, I guess, right? Was he speaking? Yeah. Speaking Spanish, so
we understood that. Didn't need subtitles.
Right. So definitely interesting. If you haven't seen it, this whole episode was spoilers. Sorry. You should check it out if you haven't. But if you did, that was kind of like a little overview rundown of what happened. I think they did a really good job.
What would you rate it out of 10?
Out of 10?
Actually, 100. I like doing 100.
100. I'd give it a 89.
Nice. I gave 85.
85?
I was in the 80s.
Yeah.
85, 89, 85. So it's definitely worth watching.
Yeah, I think so. It's a step up from a lot of stuff.
It's one of Disney's weirder but better ones, I thought.
I would agree with that.
Definitely weirder.
Yeah.
Definitely makes me like WandaVision less now.
But we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.